Hello, I'm Rob Durham. Today I'm going to talk to you about advice for getting back on stage after the long break we've just had. So here's some tips.
He tours clubs and colleges all over. He's just published his third book. Give a nice big round of applause for Rob Durham.
The first tip is rehearse. Even if you've been doing a joke for years and years, make sure you rehearse ahead of time just to have it come out of your mouth first. Because my first joke, I screwed up the most important part of the punchline, and it was not great from there. So rehearse. If you don't have a space to rehearse because your roommates are going to make fun of you or something, listen to your old sets or something, just so you hear those things and kind of mouth the words over and over. So I took a set list up because I wanted to try a bunch of new things. So if you're not getting paid and people aren't paying to see the show, my rule is go ahead and bring a set list up there just so you make sure to cover everything, because as you're trying to memorize your new bits, sometimes it's hard to keep that order in line. So that's the first piece of advice. Be sure to set the bar very low for yourself. Just like when a comedian does his or her first few sets, it's not about what's funny and the fine details. It's about just getting your feet back on stage and getting that comfort of it. There is a little bit of anxiety after so many months off. It feels weird, even though it's only been about 3 months for a lot of us. It still felt really awkward, especially once I messed up the first punchline. So anxiety is okay. Set the bar very low for yourself, just to get it over with. And then as you do more and more sets in the future, maybe work on getting comfortable again. Shorten your sets. If you normally do 5-6 minutes, maybe shorten it to 4 or 5. Trim it down. Don't challenge yourself with anything too long because, like I said, it's going to feel really awkward. So it's kind of like if you're a golfer, that first time you go golfing early in the spring after so many months off, you really lose a lot of the instincts and the touch that you used to have. As far as safety, you can buy mic covers on Amazon for pretty cheap, or the place I was at, the host had mic covers for us, and he wiped down the mic stand between every comic. So I've seen a lot of places are doing where you just leave the mic in the stand. Social distance yourself. We were pretty good with doing that. It wasn't too crowded. Although the bar I was at, the people were not social distancing back at the bar. So if you think about it, your audience, they are the persuasion that thinks this is all a hoax, kind of, is what I got the impression of, or that it's over. So take that into account with your material as well. You can do with that what you want. On top of the virus problems and the quarantine material, we're very racially sensitive right now too, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Maybe take a second look at your jokes and think, is this worth the laugh that I'm getting? Who am I trying to impress with this? So as comedians, we do have a platform literally to stand on. So make the most of that and realize that right now especially is a time to take a second look at some of your material. A lot of us have written during all this time off, but I would start with some jokes that you've done many times, just to let the audience know that you're funny. That's kind of true for any open mic set, but especially now, just to get back in a little bit of a rhythm of that. Because if you try new stuff and it doesn't work, then a lot of times the crowd will give up on you and think that your old stuff isn't funny either. So give yourself a fighting chance, your new stuff a fighting chance, by introducing or starting your set with some stuff you've already done a lot of times that works before you get into the new stuff. So as far as new stuff about quarantine and the virus and all that, I would limit that. I'd start to feel that out because I think most of the comics had a joke or two about it, but I don't think the crowd wants to hear every comedian over and over about that. So though it's topical, hopefully it's not the topic forever. But you need to adjust and try and write about other things. Finally, I would say just stick to your set. Don't try and improv or ad-lib too much or crowd work right now. Stick to your set. Just get back into your routine and focus on dusting that off, staying sharp with that. Don't worry about improving too much. I did a poor job of that the other night. So stick to your set list. Try the new jokes you want to try. Dust off the old classics, and hopefully you'll feel like you've got your rhythm back real soon. Be sure to record your set as well. Listen for any bad habits you might have, like up talking. That happens a lot. Guys are still doing that in their setups. And if you do a joke right for the first time, you always want to have that recorded so you can memorize however you said those words. So it's a very important tip. Something I wish I did more, but I'm lazy. For more advice on how to make money in stand-up comedy and progress your career, check out my book, Don't Wear Shorts on Stage, available on Amazon or in ebook form as well. Hopefully we'll be back in the club soon, although I have no idea how long that's going to take. Be safe out there. I'll see you soon.